All right, here we are, and it seems to be
Greetings.
working. Hey, we have Big M already and Lone Dragon in the chat, and then we have all these wonderful panelists. Two with faces, two with pictures. That's standard.
That's
And
how it goes, 50-50.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
So, how you guys doing?
doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Having a
there you
little bit
go.
of bad weather in
Doing
Vans,
good,
but
doing good.
it's okay.
Yeah, you and Ninja Bill are in the smack middle of a storm, so good luck.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
look like it's going to do much here. Thank goodness.
How bad is it, Ninja Bill?
We just got a severe thunderstorm going on here.
Okay, so
Well,
it's not the
it's
tropical
it's
one.
pouring, lightning, thunder, strong winds. No, no. It's just typical fall Iowa storms. You would
Okay.
know typical fall Iowa storms. Trust me, typical.
Yeah, we get snowstorms up
Hello,
here. That's
Big
what we
M,
get.
Lone Dragon.
Yeah, hopefully some people will come up. Um, I usually, well, no, I don't really advertise my stream that much in advance. Um, just because, but my video, I tried to do it. I don't know. We'll talk about that. Anyway, everyone, my name is Razi Alkane, and welcome to the channel. Today or yesterday, I hit 300 subscribers, so I decided to brag about it. Pretty much what it is.
At least you're
Uh,
honest.
Huh?
I said, at least you're honest about it.
Oh yeah, this is bragging material. I mean, 300 for me. Wow, never expected that. So, and in here today with me, I have Input, who's there. Tell us
Right
where
here.
we can find you.
Well, you can find me because you can find me where? I don't know how. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Anyway, you can find me, the in-dash of PUT, over on my YouTube channel, Inputs, Reviews, and Customs. And I do have a stop motion channel called In-Put 2.0, all one word, 2.0, spell it out. And that's where you guys can find all the stop motion stories, Deep Cover, Yellow Jacket, Transformers, Generation 1, Season 5. Yeah, they're coming out slowly because I decided to start building sets again instead of just using green screen. So just go over and check it out and subscribe to the stop motion channel. And every Wednesday I do live streams talking about the news, Transformers news, brought to you by Tformers.com. And that's me, man. That's me in a nutshell.
All right. You know what? You talk about tformers.com. I should invite Bacon eventually. I don't know how busy that guy is. He must be crazy busy, but anyway. I think
mean,
I'm working with him on next weekend. He's going to be on the Beast War stream, right? For the toy tier.
Yeah. What is it? Him, me, Danny. I think Ninja Bill's on that stream as well.
I think he is.
I have to go back and look at the thumbnail.
Yeah. Or the thumbnail
Wait.
or the oh, hey, here's the guy. Here's the guy that is no longer available. Memo. But I still love you, brother. So great review last time. So then thanks for the congratulations. Digital, where can we find
I couldn't make the last stream with everyone.
You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/C/Digital Caveman Presents, spelled just like it is on the screen there, with two N's at the end. Also, I'm on Instagram. I am on Twitter, but I'm never on Twitter. That's about the only places I am. Hate Facebook. Never go on there.
All right. And welcome to Ionicus. Yeah, I always, because of that
Ionicus,
titan
yes.
in Cyberverse, which is Iaconus.
Nation, hello.
Ionicus. Yeah. Up to Nation. Thank you for stopping by. MCDJ. Who else am I missing? No, I think I got everybody. And now, Ninja Bill, tell us where we can find you.
Well, if you folks can hear me, I said I'm experiencing a storm. It's already knocked me off twice. You can find me at Ninja Bill Reviews here on YouTube, Shinobi Biru on Tformers, and Shinobi Biru on Facebook. It's pretty much the only sites I use. And that's it.
All right. I have a question for you. Were you Ninja Bill before you were Shinobi Biru, or the other way around?
Kind of both.
Okay. You just decided to open 2 accounts with 2 different names?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Why
that's
choose
my
when you
question.
can do both?
Exactly. All right.
No, literally, that's it. I just, decided, hey, why not? And did it.
Well, it works. And you have your channel. Hey, TTRP. Well, TTR. And then when he does his
Hey,
podcast,
Raw,
it's
what's up?
TTRP. Hello, good sir. How you doing?
So,
He's been
Raw
a good
Talk,
supporter of my channel, so that's
Talk
cool.
Raw.
Yeah, Transformer Talk Raw. I just wanted to have a chat. I don't have any. Actually, no, I do have an idea for a discussion a little later. Yeah, I think it might be interesting to theorize, and basically, I'm inspired by the What If comic books and not the MCU show.
Good.
Although the What If in the MCU was actually good, not at the beginning, but the end was really good. But
I love the zombie episode.
the zombie episode was
The
fun,
zombie
but I
episode.
like how everything tied in together
Yeah,
at the end.
it all built up to that.
Yeah.
That finale.
So yeah, and then the whole MCU. And I'm done with MCU pretty much. So, but anyway, did you guys pick up anything this week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
This week.
So
Kinda.
let's go with let's go with me. Not this week, but since my last stream on this channel, I picked up this guy, the
Very
Universe Classics or whatever Sideswipe,
Sideswipe.
which is to go along this little guy I picked up at TFCon in July, and this is to me, this is next level engineering for Hasbro at the time, because it's the same figure with a different head sculpt, different paint, but you just flip it around, okay?
Yep.
And I think that's ingenious. You could pop the head and do a tiger track and a spin out.
They actually did make it. A lot of people made a tiger track, and Toy Hacks. Remember, I showed you those labels
Yep.
on our last show.
Yeah, they were really good.
It works for them, but it works. They actually work really good on Sideswipe, which is why I bought them and put them. You saw my Sideswipe. It works fantastic.
It looks pretty good. It's just that I'm like, why can't they do that with more figure? I mean, it's the exact same figure. Maybe it's cheap but the way you transform it, it's 2 different guys. So I think that's ingenious. But that's just me. So let's go with input. What did you pick up?
Oh, all right.
Car
me
parts,
already.
right?
Huh?
You got car parts. I saw 2 posts about a hood and a
I did.
piece of steel.
A piece of steel.
It's a piece of steel.
Piece of steel.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right there. But those but those are on the car already. And
Okay.
I mean, I could try to squeeze the car through the doorway right there if you really wanted to. But this week, okay, so I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of like WWE Elite figures are on clearance at Target for like $6. So I've been picking up those like crazy. I've got Kane. Picked up Kane today. This is early thousands Kane when he was tag team champions with like Rob Van Dam and stuff.
That's before he talked.
No, that's after he talked. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know.
before he took the
I don't
mask
know
off.
anything up. You guys clearly know more about this wrestling stuff than I do.
Well, that was in the time I used to watch wrestling. Was Kane, but he still used that voice scrambler to talk.
Yeah.
And, But then after that, he started talking, and I left. I'm like, nope.
Oh, you missed some good stuff. You missed some really good stuff.
I probably did miss a lot of good stuff.
I got this Stacy Keebler as well because she was $6. And I got
Nice.
that sucked.
Well,
Anyway,
that's it.
so I got Ray the Flying Squirrel from Sonic the Hedgehog,
Nice.
and he came with a Chaos Emerald. So
You got to collect them all now.
I do. I'm a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and I got a bunch of Sonic figures throughout the years. And this is the first time we got a Ray figure like ever. And then I guess to end it, I got this little joy. I didn't expect it to be this fantastic, but it's really cool. The Mechanic Studios RC done in her Combiner Hunters colors. And
Is that the one that you showed earlier in a short?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. She's really cool, man. She transforms like Thrilling 30 RC. And so very similar transformation. But the backpack folds up slightly differently. It's on like a 2-piece hinge. So you fold this section in, like the inside right here.
We just lost Bill.
You fold this in, and then you slide it in on the second hinge, and it collapses down really nice. I'm really surprised. I thought she was bigger because, Mechanic Studios is Mech Fans Toys. But she is about the same size as a New Age Seeker. So I don't know if they're going to start doing Legend scale instead of Legends, like Legend Plus scale.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But she's a fantastic figure. She comes with 2 other guns too. But what's up, Transformers Talk Raw, man? Hope you're doing all right, buddy. Been a while. See, GJ, we need that wild card dude to announce these figures.
Yeah.
That's true. And then that's all I got this week. And then the 2 car parts. But yeah, I'm super stoked because, man, these wrestling figures are like $6 on clearance. Can't go wrong with it. So
That's good. I mean, there you go. Bill's back. Bill is
I got something else real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I got so funny story. I got the new Marvel Legends US Agent figure, and I went on a hunt for the first release of this guy that came out in like 2014, 2013, whatever.
The one on the Bucky Cap body.
Yeah. And I saw him, and I was like, "Oh, he's just missing his knife and his gun. No big deal." And he was $15, and I ordered him. And then when it came in, I was like, "This looks slightly different." And then I look it up, and then it's a new one. And I was like, "Oh, well, all right, whatever."
No gun,
right? So,
yeah, U.S. Agent.
That's okay. I have the one you're talking about on that Bucky Cap body.
Mhm.
Man, the shield on that was crap. The clip where it clips on the arm.
the wrist.
Yeah, it broke.
Yeah, he had a star on his shield too. That one had a star on his shield.
Yes.
Yeah, which was really, really weird.
It was literally just Bucky Cap's shield repainted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't collect
that thing was a complete repaint. I mean,
I don't collect Marvel figures anymore. My son, when he was younger, we used to pick up a couple here and there. So, but they look really good these days. The new ones.
I reviewed that Mojo World set last week, and that is
you did.
It's a good set. That Mojo is fantastic.
Oh, my wife's home. I just saw a comment on YouTube. And
And I stopped. My thing is, like, I stopped buying Marvel Legends about a year ago, just because of the problems with, like, real gummy joints and everything like that. And I didn't even know that had gotten released. So I was like, oh man. So when I found him on eBay, I was like, oh dude, $15, because he normally goes, like, the original figure goes for like 30 or 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was like, $15 score. Yeah.
Yeah, because that body's it's a much larger body, it's more on par with like the 80th anniversary cap and the 20th anniversary cap.
Okay.
It's not that I'm sure it reuses some parts, but it's not like a straight up repaint because the 80th and 20th cap, they have that sculpted mailed
yeah, they got the scale
detail.
armor and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's molded in, and he doesn't have any of that, so which fits
Okay.
the character. So
Yeah, he's always had like that sleek bodysuit. So, but
Yeah.
that's what I got.
That's cool. I have one more thing, but Ninja Bill, did you pick up anything?
Yeah, actually I did. Hopefully, my people can actually see what I'm. I did pick up the Studio Series 84, 85 Ironhide, Bumblebee
Nice.
movie Ironhide. Did pick that up to go along with it. It's the first time, so now I have a matching Ratchet and Ironhide. The first time since Generation 2 that I've had matching Ironhide and Ratchet molds. That's
Nice.
how long it's been. Because there have always been exclusives, one or the other. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, I also picked up the RED
see you, Memo.
Starscream.
Take care, Memo.
Later, Memo. I picked up this RED Starscream. Why? I've been looking for it. Is because of it has the cloth cape, it has soft goods cape,
Yeah.
and the crown actually looks better than the one this comes with. Because this is the crown it comes with. This figure comes with the coronation one. The RED crown looks more show accurate.
So
and
you
it
got
has-
both?
Huh?
You got the RED and you got the Studio Series 86?
Yeah. This
Okay.
is the Studio Series 86 one. And this
With
is the RED.
the cloth cape. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
because
he bought that RED figure just for parts.
just literally
yeah.
just for parts.
Exactly.
But and I may swap the heads. I may swap in because the RED head is actually more show accurate than this is. So I may swap. It'll depend on if I can still transform the 86 one or not with the new head on it. Because it looks like I can just swap the heads easily enough. So I'm probably going to swap the heads too. So, but
Well, do you have the Earthrise Starscream too?
oh no. I
Okay.
dislike this. I dislike this. I'll be honest with you. The only reason I bought the Coronation Screamer box set is because of it was a Coronation Starscream. Otherwise, I dislike this mold. I hate the Earthrise mold. I dislike it so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell, man, it's fantastic. I love it.
No, it's not.
Thank you, Fishy 22.8. Thank you very much.
No, it's not. No, I dislike the mold. I do. I genuinely
It's a great
dislike
mold.
the mold. It's like just like
Blitzwing is a terrible mold.
Blitzwing is
most disappointed in Blitzwing in years.
Well,
yeah. So, but like
as long
I said,
as you keep him in robot mode, it's not so bad.
So the
But
only
you
reason
you transform him. Both of his ultimates are, and but that's the thing with triple changers. Even way back in the G1 stuff, when it's bad enough to make them look like a robot and a vehicle, and you throw another vehicle mode in there, and then you just got bits hanging out all over the place.
It wasn't the greatest, but I mean, if you compare Astro Train to Blitzwing, Astro Train is
Astro Train is much better.
Yeah, and then I ordered the Galaxy Shuttle like the day it got announced.
You know what? I did too. I wasn't going to.
I
kept looking at it. I was like,
I want it, but
that's going to go good with the Botropolis Rescue set.
I don't have that set. I wish I did.
Dude, that set is so nice.
It is a nice set. It is a nice set.
Yeah.
I want Galaxy Shuttle, but I'm not sure I want to pay the money for it because I don't have the Astro Train. I never found the Astro Train, so it'd be nice to have the Astro Train mold. But I'm still peeved that they didn't just make a new mold for Galaxy Shuttle. I'm just
I'm good with that.
It all falls under that Walmart Speedia 500 thing, the whole point of that is just basically repaints. I mean, everything in there is a repaint except for Override and Cosmos. That's it.
Yeah, but it's
I
know it's a petty thing to say that I won't buy it because it's not a new mold, but I'm at the point now in my collection where I need to stop. I need to stop just buying shit. I need to be picky, and And Hasbro's just pissed me off the last couple of years. There it is. I'm done. Okay, we can move on now.
Yeah, it's cool. But Galaxy Shuttle, it just the reason I'm getting it is because Astro Train was the first Decepticon I bought. Actually, it was the first Transformer I bought when I started collecting, because the other three I had were 3 gifts from my oldest, and he's so I really enjoyed and I played a lot with it. So I love the mold, and I don't. People complain about the shuttle mode a lot. I don't care. I thought it was amazing. So now that they're doing another one, I didn't even think about it. I just pressed buy. So, at the cart.
Here's the thing: when you compare that Siege Astro Train to the one in what was it, Titans Returns, was the last one they did before that. Oh my god! I mean, the robot mode was okay, but that train. Ugh.
I completely skipped that.
That Astro Train was a pre-tool for Sentinel Prime.
Mhm.
So I know, was it Astro Train came out first?
Yeah.
Right, and then Sentinel Prime came out after that. But that mold was for Sentinel Prime.
Every time I see Sentinel Prime, and most people may not get unless they're a Tokusatsu fan, won't get the reference. But every time I see that Astro Train Sentinel toy, it reminds me of Russia 6 from Russia Sentai Takuger. Blech, no English, because it looks just like it. It looks just like it. It looks like 6 train. Their train
Kato,
number 6.
Sorry, Ninja Bill. Kato, are you off work? Because Kato, if you're off work now, I can still send you the link to join, because I did invite Kato, but he was working. So sorry, didn't want to. And thank you. And everybody knows at this point now that I owe Kato that much. He gave me the final push for me to start this whole thing, and now I'm at 300 subs. So, brother, thank you very much. And everybody's gonna go, it's Kato, because that's what he's known for. But that's cool. All right, thanks. Well, thanks for stopping by, Kato. I know you're still working, but thanks, man. It's appreciated.
Kato, I don't think I've ever said this. I know everyone says it's Kato, and I do it too. But Kato, his name reminds me of a DMX song.
It does, doesn't it?
Because Kato, like in the DMX song, DMX gets a phone call, and he's like,
TTR.
His buddy on the phone is like, "Hey man, Kato's dead," and then the next song on the track is dedicated to Kato. So it's like every time,
maybe he's a DMX fan, and that's where he got his name.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hey, we have a Super Robot Ed. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you very much.
SRE man. It's been a bit, man. Always a pleasure to see you, brother. Always a pleasure, man. Just watched your latest video. You guys need to go check out Super Robot Ed.
Oh God, man. Sorry, but that's funny as hell. Sorry, oh my God, that's so. I love Kato. I love this Chinese character. That was freaking funny. I'm not saying that Kato's like that, but God damn it, that was one hilarious sidekick. All right, Digital, what did you get this week?
Oh, hold on. I got one last thing I forgot.
Okay, go ahead.
At me. So I saw this on Instagram, and I was like, "What? What is that?" So I jumped on eBay and I grabbed it. It's $5. So if you guys want to get yours, feel free. But I didn't know this about Inferno. Did you know that Inferno was in an anime called Defenders of Space?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And he had this big Phoenix King thing. Is what he was called, the Phoenix. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I knew that.
I didn't know that.
I knew that.
But he's super. He's Zord sized. Okay. He's a giant freaking. He's like 3 times taller than Inferno is, or 4 times taller. He's the size of a skyscraper almost in some cases. I mean, it depends on the animation, but it's one of those knockoff. The whole Defenders of Space is sort of a knockoff of a bunch of different 70s animations and 80s animation shows. So yeah, And he was one of them, and he has this big Phoenix logo on his chest, and they ride inside it,
Nice.
and he's this huge giant mecha. I mean, he would look, most Titans in the eye.
Well, what's funny about it is I saw Super Robot Ed said he got it got the DVD from Walmart like over a decade ago. The funny thing is when I got this in the mail, I was expecting like a full-size DVD case, and it's one of those really thin ones that when you go to Walmart, you'd see those dollar
in the dollar
Yeah.
section. Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I know exactly where this was. I know exactly where it was.
Oh yeah. Super Robot and I both have a deep love of all things giant robot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I need to send me the details of that. I want to try to find that. All right,
on
Kato has a
Facebook-
question. Kato has a question. If we saw Earthspark, I did
No.
not because it's on
No,
Paramount Plus, and I am not subscribing to another streaming service. So when it comes out on F Movies, which I'm not, using, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
Hey, Crimson Raptor just popped in.
I
It's because I have my YouTube open on one window, and then I have so it's always fun to see the YouTube comments first, but then you see the stream after. Like there's delay on both sides. So hey, Crimson, thanks for stopping by. Thank you very much.
I once watched the Rejecticons on 4 different streaming locations: YouTube, Facebook, etc., and then showed them a video side by side, and it was wild. The different delays. It was wild.
There you go. All right, Digital. What did you get this week?
I'm not saying that you should illegally watch Earthspark because that would cause a torrent, right?
Yeah,
of negativity, right?
Yeah, a big torrent. There you go. All right, Digital. What'd you get? No, hold on. That's Digital's turn now.
Digital, yeah.
Well, I wasn't done.
It's actually.
Go ahead.
Actually, been a slow week for me. I got 86 Ironhide supposed to be coming in tomorrow.
Nice.
Lucky.
But I've been picking up these
Nice.
guys at Walmart and
Micro Joes.
Yeah, well, just the micro figures, and it's got GI Joes, Ninja Turtles, Transformers,
Power Rangers.
Not in this set. It's blind boxes, but Power Rangers aren't in this. And what else? Oh, Masters of the Universe.
Okay, that's cool.
And they also come with the figure.
Oh, Power Rangers. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're just not in this blind box set.
Okay.
And they also come with mini comic books that are reprints of the original.
Can you actually make out what's like? Is it printed?
Well,
you can read it.
It comes. They know us older guys are going after these, I guess, because it comes with magnifying glass.
Oh God, man, this is.
So,
but it's an insult hidden with a blessing, I guess.
But that's what it looks like on the inside.
There you go. So, we know you're old. Read this.
Yes, read this. We dare you. So I've been picking those up here and there. I've got all 6 of the Transformers now. All 3 of the GI Joes. All of the Ninja Turtles about 3 times over. And what's weird about the Ninja Turtles is they're the only one that come as a keychain.
Oh, that's cool. Can you open the Ninja Turtle one?
Yes. It actually has a hatch here on the back.
Yeah. That you open up.
And you can open and close it.
And they have tiny little
and they have
plastic
little accessories and a stand.
Yep.
And
dude, that's super cool, man.
It is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they all do it, and they're really they're just really cool. And this is the only one I've been able to find. I've been wanting all of them.
Another legend.
And in some places, last year, I found them like this at Big Lots.
Oh man, that's nice.
I found
cool.
they were at Dollar General without the packaging and stuff. They were just in
Really?
blind bags. Yeah,
Oh,
for
deluxe.
like $1. The first wave.
That's cool.
Then,
Hey,
like,
Deluxe, I have a beef to pick with you because you're awesome and your reviews are awesome. And because of you, that's going to be my next reveal. Sorry, I'm just, hold on, hide this. And then I'm going to do this. So, Deluxe, I got this one here. Whoa, much reflection. This is Iron Factory.
Or Magic
No,
Square.
Magic Square. Sorry. Magic Square, the Delta Magnus.
Power
There's too much reflection on this. Sorry. And that's because of two things, Deluxe and Bird the Stormtrooper. Because I've been wanting a Deluxe, a Delta Magnus since I saw a Diaclone screenshot one day. And I'm like, oh, there's a blue Optimus Prime Ultra Magnus thing, so I really wanted it. And then I saw not too long ago Bert and Deluxe reviewed like 5 of those, different colors and stuff. And then Bert did the same. So I found it. You won't believe this. Well, maybe you will. I found it on Wish for 46 Canadian.
Get the F out of here, dude. For real?
46 Canadian ship.
Good God. Dude. Hey, I'm going to send you 32 US.
Yeah. I could not believe it when I saw it. And I looked for it for a long time because AliExpress didn't have anything. And then all the US and Canadian stores were sold out or had crazy scalper price. So the only place I found it was Wish, and I had never ordered from it, so it took about 3 weeks to get here, and I can't wait to play with this guy because he looks good, and I love the Delta Deco. So, and I hate the Kingdom mold. So.
I can't. I've come close a couple of times to ordering that Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus just to make him Delta Magnus, but I really hate that damn mold. So they're gonna have to put it on sale big time.
Yeah, well, I would have gotten the Kingdom, the Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus if GameStop Canada still picked up the Pulse stuff. Because we got Shattered Glass, Optimus Prime, and Ratchet. We got Megatron and Starscream at GameStop. And nobody's buying Megatron and Starscream. So GameStop, over a year now, hasn't offered any other Shattered Glass figure. And I'm not paying the crazy price of shipping from Pulse.
Yeah,
I wouldn't buy a Kingdom Ultra Magnus if you paid me to. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Look, the Siege one that I got was thanks to Transarin sending me one. Otherwise, I never found him. But the point is the Combiner Wars. I think once you get a few, upgrade kits on him, is the perfect Ultra Magnus kit, and I'm working on that. And Input already has, and so does Dennis, and they can testify to what I'm saying. Is that's the end all be all if you want an official with upgrade kits. So that's the perfect one to get. And as far as Delta Magnus, the Siege mold I think is just better. I think it looks better.
That was good. All right, Digital, you were showing those little books. You just remind me. I have those little, like, giant size X-Men. They came with figures back in 2008. I don't recall. So I have the giant size X-Men #1. I have Amazing Spider-Man #1. Like, readable. The whole story's there. The first Iron Man. Well, I'm trying to get the reflection off, and it's failing miserably. Anyway, the first Iron Man. And Hulk with the first appearance of Wolverine. So you reminded me of that when you showed those little books.
Yeah, I like when they include little knick-knack stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's it's like those He-Man figures back then. You had a different book in each one. Well, almost a different book in each one. So that was fun. Yeah, exactly. You know, they don't do that anymore.
And the thing about these that come with these micro figures, they actually keep the correct aspect. You know, this is the size of a standard comic book, and these are the same dimensions, you know, of the He-Mans that were shorter and wider. You know, it's just
Nice.
smaller. So they're cool. And Ninja Turtles, they come with them too.
That's super cool.
The only thing I don't love about those things is the price. They're like,
Yeah, well, if I could get
$5
everything
and
free
some
at the
change,
Attitude.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
hello,
not-
hello, toy companies. We will be your shills if
Yeah.
you send us free toys.
Well, I yeah.
Not
Well, I
this
mean, just-
guy. Send me,
I'm just
send me a
happy to
free
have
toy
my,
that
like-
sucks. It'll get obliterated.
yeah.
No,
But it's good.
I will definitely call it like I see it.
I mean, if
Always
it's
do,
fun, like
always
when you
have,
get
always
big
will.
enough on YouTube, eventually, you know, they just send you figures. So that's the goal eventually, you know, to get a sponsor that's just gonna send you freaking free figures. That'd be awesome.
Yes,
I'm
just
super
send
happy
all
I
the
have my
figures.
10% discount at DJC Collectible.
My only problem with that is then you feel that then you'll be almost compelled to, you know, to be some sort of I don't know, simp for the figure because you know they send it to you and but
No, I'd say it just like this. You know, they sent this to me for free, so I hate to say bad things about it because it was free, but these are the issues.
Yeah.
I'd be totally honest about crap
And
too.
God,
Exactly.
I haven't uploaded the video yet, but I reviewed the Marvel Legends Siren,
Oh.
I was gonna pick that up
and the
and I didn't.
figure itself is okay, but that cape is fucking garbage. And I'm sorry if you don't want that kind of language on here, Raz, but
No, I'm good, no.
that's what it is, man. It's trash. That cape is it's a
Yeah,
dumpster
see
fire.
that's why I didn't pick it up. That's exactly what because there's a lot of other people. See, I don't pick up many Marvel Legends figures, but you know I picked up like the Thor Love and Thunder Mighty Thor because I'm a huge Mighty Thor fan, so I picked that up, and I picked up Jubilee, both Jubilees they've had.
Yeah.
I picked up, you know, and I was thinking about picking up Siren because I'd like to pick up the not terribly overdone characters, if you get what I'm saying. You know,
Right.
yeah. You know, so, but I saw way too many reviews that just said that her accessories are
but,
just crap.
You know, the thing about it, I mean, the cape is probably the worst thing about it. The second worst thing is it should have come with an alternate head.
Screaming head.
Screaming, yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
a
you know,
power.
everybody complains about the screaming heads on Marvel Legends until you get to a figure that's supposed to have one,
and they don't.
and then they don't get so it's weird. But you know, somebody out there is gonna make a wired cape for her eventually.
Yeah, but then you have to buy extra for.
Yeah, but
that's one thing. I don't buy upgrade kit except Toy Hacks decals. Then that I have about 25 videos now. I'm only missing 6 decal set for my Autobots season 1, and they're all in my cart or the wait later at Toy Hacks because I'm probably gonna order them on Thanksgiving with the sales that are coming up. Oh, hopefully coming up. So, but I don't like to buy upgrade kits to like leg extension and stuff like that.
I don't buy that stuff too often. The only other cape that I've ever bought was for the Black Series Mandalorian because
that cape was
you can't work that cape and the jetpack. It just doesn't work.
I saw that the for Star Wars Black Series they did a new Boba Fett last year, like a deluxe one.
Yeah, the deluxe
had,
Return of the Jedi Boba Fett.
Yeah, and he had a hard plastic cape, and I was like, the original one had a fabric cape. What?
Yep.
Come on now, it makes no sense.
It's like
Yeah. Hey,
I don't know
Chauncey.
why. I don't know why Hasbro is getting away from soft goods. Soft goods are really, really popular. I mean, people would buy more if they just included soft goods. It's just a fact.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
then they're
SH
trying to.
Figure Arts does it. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but
so many companies that does it, and their figures sell really, really well. And then here's Hasbro saying, "Well, no, we'll just stick with plastic."
you know why there's no more clock? Because they're closing all the sweatshops. That's why. You don't have many. You don't have 50 grandmas just doing capes now. You can't have that. So now it's plastic.
Come on, man. They can move that Marvel Legends factory over to Vietnam too and just start all over. Just like they did with the Transformers.
Hey, speaking of Marvel,
Somebody, please don't send me down that road. Oh god.
exactly.
No,
We can get angry.
Hey guys,
fast.
we're trying to save the planet by taking plastic out of our packaging, but we're still going to make all of our products in China. You know, the largest polluter in the world as far as goods
Exactly.
go. Saving the planet one hypocrisy at a time.
It's true.
Well, it's all it is. It's all PR, man.
It's just a PR stunt, and I don't think it's going to last forever. They're getting so much backlash.
Well,
from
the consumers who are buying this stuff that eventually it's going to go back to Windows.
They've not made a great profit this year. As a matter of fact, it's not that great.
You mean to tell me the guy who ran Wizards of the Coast into the ground is running Hasbro into the ground as well? Who would have ever guessed that? Jesus. Oh, wait.
And everybody was super pissed about Lauren back then. Come on.
Well, the other thing, too, is what really gets me is they say that they're going to take the plastic out of their packaging, save costs, save the planet. But then they turn around, they introduce new lines for different things. Like Power Rangers gets this Zord thing that's at Walmart, and they're like $15, and they're not making less figures, they're making more figures is what I'm trying to say. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But okay. Save the sea turtles, I guess,
Yeah.
Anyway, so
no, but it's just you need a PR stunt every once in a while to show people that you're trying. So
yes,
the old tobacco company spending more money telling everybody that they gave to charity one time.
Oh, they only give to charity for a tax break.
Yeah,
it reminds
one
me.
Thing pisses me off every time I go to Toys R Us, Walmart, any large store, and they're like, "Do you want to donate $1 for the
Children's
sick kids dying of cancer with foaming mouth and shit?" I'm like, no. So I look like the ass in front of every other parent or people that are going to say yes because they think they're helping kids. And all I can think of, why would you get a freaking tax break with my money? Where's my tax receipt for that?
Well, I don't know if that actually goes into it or not as far as their tax break. It has to be their money that they're donating.
But they're collecting it.
Tax break.
They're collecting it from you, and then they're giving the donation. It's not going to be your name on that donation. It's going to be their
exactly.
name.
When I worked at GameStop, so here's because they did the I forgot. It's a charity for mentally handicapped kids, but the charity is a hot garbage charity. They are seriously, they are very terrible human beings who run that thing. But whenever we would get the donation, it would just say on the receipt, donation of $1. It didn't say you didn't put your name or nothing onto it. So then when you collected it, you put the extra $1 into the register at the end of, it was a total on a receipt. So you're not donating to the charity. You're actually giving money to GameStop to donate to that charity, and GameStop donates it in their name, not yours.
Take care, Ionicus. Take care, man.
Take care, bud.
I worked at Walmart for almost 15 years, and I didn't ever care that much about finding out that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know,
dude,
it's just one of my
people
friends
hate me.
told me.
People hate me. Like if I don't know the charity and they're like, "Hi, would you like to donate to Crippling Kids of USA charity? It helps kids who are crippled and in wheelchairs. Whatever it is, make something up." And if I haven't heard of it, I go, "Oh, what is that?" And I pull out my phone. I just start looking at it. I'm holding up the line and everything else, and it's just like I mean, I don't mind donating to, like, Texas Children's Hospital or something like that, like something that's a damn good cause. But I'm just like, I'll just sit there and go, okay, no, actually the CEO, and I'll take 20 minutes, whatever it is. It's like, oh no, the CEO actually gets his drugs, his cocaine from the cartels in Mexico. And it's like this like laundry list of stuff
Wow.
that guy does. I'm like, no, I'm good. Oh, I appreciate it.
Wow. That's awesome. All right. I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah, they used to be, hey, you're not selling enough Children's Miracle Network balloons, because they used to, do the paper balloon thing, and people would write their name on it and they'd tape it up at customer service or whatever.
Yeah.
You're not doing enough of those.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
Nope.
Are you going to fire me because I'm not doing that? No, I don't give a shit then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
When I was an assistant manager, my store manager came to me and said, you're the only one of my assistant managers who's not donating from their paycheck to the Associate in Need Fund. I said, yeah. Oh yeah, they had the Associate in Need Fund, so that if associate needed some money. And imagine a Walmart employee needing some money. Can you imagine that?
That's sick, man.
But anyway, that's not part of the story.
No,
dude,
that's a discussion for another thing. so I looked at him and said, so the company is requiring me to give up a part of my paycheck for other associates. He said, well, they're not requiring it, but I'm not going to have an assistant manager in my store who doesn't donate to this. I said, well, then I guess you better put in for me a transfer, because you're not going to tell me how to spend my money, pal.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Nope.
I won't even push a charity if I'm working somewhere. I won't push a charity if I disagree with the charity, like, at all.
Oh, I'll just don't. Like I remember when there used to be. Well, I don't know if you guys remember MBNA, the bank back then.
Yeah.
From like 20 years ago, or 10. And I used to work at the MBNA Canada branch, and they were big on charity. And basically, everybody had to return their pledge card, whether you filled it or not. They just wanted to have like that 100% participation rate. So I never donated anything. And then I transferred to another job, a government job, and they had the same stuff. So I just, as usual, just put my pledge card back in, empty, and then the lady came by and, picked it up, and she freaking opened it and just looked at it. And then she was like, oh, you didn't donate. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? That's my pledge card. That's my pledge card, not yours. You don't look at it. You pick it up and you go somewhere else and you give it to somebody who's going to do something with it. You're another employee here. You don't get to, I was so pissed. I'm like, yeah, I'm not donating. And now don't give me a pledge card anymore.
I did the same thing. I don't know.
People, anyway, let's go back to fun stuff.
What's this topic you wanted to bring up there, Raz?
No. I just, bottled up anger sometimes comes up. But
I feel you,
okay.
dude. I feel you.
I just finished reading The Age of Apocalypse.
Oh my God, that is like reading the Bible.
Dude.
Okay. Yeah. I got this I could not believe it. A store wanted to sell this to me for $160 back 2 years ago. I found it used, mint condition, for $80 shipped on eBay, Canadian. So that was a steal, half price. And then I got the companion to The Age of Apocalypse. So basically, it's every story derived from it. Also for no, actually, this one was cheaper.
All the tie-ins.
Yeah, kind of. But it's stuff that was made like 10 years later. They wanted to tell another story, so now they have like a, I guess side quests, and you see more of the backgrounds of each character. You see when like in Age of Apocalypse, everybody says that Scarlet Witch is dead. While in the companion, you see her die. So stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you in the companion, you get to see Weapon X take Apocalypse's place and go full evil and
yeah, exactly. So so it's fun. There's not that many what ifs, but it's cool. And then you also have some tie-in story with the other heroes, like Iron Man, Captain America, all that stuff. Like you technically, when Age of Apocalypse was happening, these guys were somewhere. You just never heard about it. So there's Gwen Stacy in there, Peter Parker and all that stuff. So
yeah,
yeah. I will say, cool. What if would run? It was kind of hit and miss with What If, because there would be really, really good stories, and then there would be some really, really
shitty ones,
really bad ones.
Yeah,
there was some terrible What Ifs.
There were some that I was like, back in the 80s, I was like, dude, Jim Shooter, he let this pass through. I was like, man, far cry from the Alpha Flight stuff you were writing before you like, all right, Jim.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple like
money, I guess.
The two-parter What If Spider-Man kept the symbiote after Secret Wars. That was a good one.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Shooter let Byrne get away with so much. To be honest, at the time.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
I could imagine. Some of those guys that were in the bullpen in the 80s. I could imagine it would be really hard to run herd on some of those guys.
I mean, Byrne's writing style. He wrote, She-Hulk and whatnot, and some of those, man.
Some of those were real raunchy, dude. Some of those She-Hulk 80 comics were like, dude.
The innuendo was straight up in your face. It may have been innuendo, but it wasn't innuendo. And the way he would just go off on other writers and editors, have the characters go off on the writers and editors. Dude, in his stead, if he was frustrated with somebody, he'd have She-Hulk go off on him.
She-Hulk was amazing for that.
No, like seriously, like She-Hulk would walk down to the Marvel headquarters building and beat somebody up.
Oh yeah,
like whoever Burns was having an issue with that week would make an appearance in the She-Hulk comic.
Yeah, exactly. You're a new character, a big man.
Byrne was bad about injecting himself into any book that he was writing.
He was great stuff though, and Jim Shooter let it pass most of the time.
Well, you know what, dude? I bet you anything. Byrne had some stuff on Shooter. It's just like Shooter would probably like, man, you can't have this. Oh, really? Really? Hey, you remember what happened last Thursday? Shooter's like, all right, man, keep it in, cool.
Well, do you remember the skip rope book of She-Hulk?
Oh yeah.
She's just naked and skipping rope, and then the blurred lines are covering her parts. Yeah, but after that, some girl from HR just drops by and like, what the hell are you doing? You can't be doing this. And then she stops the rope, and then you can see that She-Hulk has like panels hiding it, so she's not really naked. I'm like, the hell Barnes doing, man?
I loved reading Byrne's work and She-Hulk. I loved it. It was some of the best times in comics, and also some of the worst as well. But yeah, I mean, I loved Byrne's work. There's a lot of great artists.
What was the golden age?
Lone Dragon talking about Storm fighting zombies? I don't remember that. I didn't pick up very many X-Men Classic, but I do remember it was it's in universe. Dracula tried to make Storm one of his brides. I don't know if anybody remembers that. That was in like the
I remember
maybe the late 70s.
Vampires and X-Men have a long history. So I mean, from 60s on up to current day, I imagine. I haven't read an X-Men comic in I don't know, years. I don't even know what's going on in the story.
I only
There was a
buy
cover.
omnibuses and trade paperback of old stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I can stomach. The new
I think
stuff
the last.
up
I think-
to
Well, I
the whole
I
Necrocha
read.
storyline.
I think AVX was the last thing I ever read. From
Exactly, like
Oh
from the
my
birth of
God,
hope.
dude, that was
Wow.
god-awful.
From House of Hem I have, and then I read up to AVX, where it's basically undoing what House of M did,
Yeah.
and that's when I stopped.
the original Avengers versus X-Men, where the Hope Summers was involved.
Exactly.
They were trying to, they're fighting over Hope Summers and the Phoenix and blah, blah. And then I stopped reading it because I was like, this is not a great story.
No.
And I really have now. The one thing I always read, I always read Green Lantern book from DC, and I always read a Hulk book from Marvel. Always. That's my two favorite characters from Marvel is Hulk and Spider-Man. I like Marvel and Hulk and Spider-Man, and I almost always read Green Lantern. Green Lantern is literally the only DC title I'll read. I will not pick up a Batman or a Superman to save my life unless it's a tie-in, a crossover, etc. with Green Lantern in it.
Yeah. Now, me, it's X-Men. It's always been X-Men. Spider-Man I like. But Avengers and all that stuff, I'm not that worried. Like, I have Secret Wars, the big crossovers and stuff like that. But most of my stuff
is I was surfing the internet one day, and I just happened to run across these big downloadable files of lots and lots of comic books.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Well,
That's
I used to buy all the time, but now I just go through Comixology, and the last, I'd say 5 years, I've done nothing but digital. There's a few hardbacks I pick up now and then.
I need a copy.
The only thing I don't like about like Comixology digital comic books is the fact that they cost you exactly the same as a physical copy. There should at least be some kind of discount there that you're not getting an actual hold in your
it's one of those things like for
copy.
I agree, but for me it was about spaces because I have a ton of comic boxes.
No, I mean, and there are upsides to digital comics, and again, like you're saying, space. If space is an issue, that's a good thing. If you don't see to read so well as you used to, and you can zoom in on stuff, or it has Comixology has that where it's panel by panel, and it fills up the whole screen. Those are the upsides for it. The only negative to me is it's like, it costs the exact same as a physical copy.
So my thing with Comixology, my first experience with them is when they did the 86 movie comic for Unicron. So if you backed Unicron, they gave you a Comixology 86 4-issue miniseries, whatever.
The IDW one.
Yeah, the IDW one. And I was trying to read it, and I was like, oh dude, this sucks. It just because it didn't the same. It just didn't feel the same at all. It wasn't and like you're saying, like you can zoom in on the panels, and each page or each page is panel by panel, and you can read it that way and stuff. It just felt so disjointed to me.
Well, remember when Marvel did it back in '98? They started with digital comics on their Marvel.com. You could read some. I don't remember. I think it was Captain America.
You could also buy CD-ROMs back in the '90s that had just like entire runs of Spider-Man on them.
Yeah.
So for me, as like I said, I do Comixology, but when it comes to like special editions, I have to have a physical hard copy. I have, even if it's trade paperback. I had there's just some issues where like an annual, if an annual comes out that I really, really like, then I'll buy the, hard copy and skip on the digital copy. But for just most regular issue runs, digital is fine for me. I switched to digital.
This was like, I don't know, $20 on Kindle. I could have gotten that, but I need a physical copy.
Well, yeah, like I have digital copies of all the Transformers series, just all of them, except for the IDW stuff. However, I have nothing but Marvel hard copies for Marvel Transformers. I refuse to go digital on that. I have to have physical copies of that. So, there's some things where I just have to have.
All of my X-Men are
because there's
most of my
something
comics
special.
are just X-Men's and
That
X.
that Marvel run, I'm missing maybe 4 issues out of the whole run.
Of what?
Nice.
The Marvel run on Transformers.
I'm missing
Oh,
12
that's
issues.
cool.
I'm missing 12 issues total. That's with the Marvel UK combined. I'm missing 14 issues. 14 issues.
I have none. I've never read a Transformer comics ever. Unfortunately, I really wish. I tried to look for G1 comics, the original Marvels, and they're either crazy expensive or in poor condition. So,
well, I'll say this: if you're wanting, IDW released all the Marvel run, in trade paperback.
Yeah,
and if you wanted to go that road, I would say the only roadblock that you might run into is Volume 7. Now the one with Blitzwing on the cover is stupidly expensive.
Really? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to pay crazy prices for. I have a lot of attachment to X-Men, so I don't mind spending a little more for the trade paperbacks and stuff, the omnibus, but for stuff that I have not read.
I refuse to read a digital copy. For me, I have to have a Transformers comic in my hands. There's that textile response that it's sort of a textile to endorphin response that you get. It's just so satisfying for me I can't do it. I can't read a digital Transformers comic because it just doesn't excite me as much as having it in my hand.
Well,
it's so hard to explain.
I can't read
like
digital.
If I was trying to explain it.
Oh.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain how it is to people who don't know. It's like I know a lot of people who've never read a physical comic book, and they don't get the gist of it or why people would do it. But it's hard to explain the feeling of having that book in your hand, and it just I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
I just found
MCDJ
said it's upstairs. I have you guys know this Grandizer?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
They released, I don't have it with me, but they released a couple years back a manga in France. So it's in French, which is a follow-up manga or it's actually those bigger comic books like hardcover and they released one of it's called Goldarak in Quebec, and I just got it. Starting reading that tonight, so that's going to be interesting.
Oh, thanks,
I love that stuff. I have a question for you guys, though. Maybe we're going to change topic. You still have time. We've been in an hour. I'm good to go. I'm happy.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. As long as my internet holds out, I'm good.
Yeah, input, you good?
Yeah, I'm good for a little bit.
All right, so I'm going to do something different. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, and then I want you to think properly about the answer. Okay, so Beast War Megatron, okay, in the end of season 2, shoots Optimus Prime in the head, or maybe it was at the beginning of season 3, I don't remember, and shoots the original Optimus Prime in the head, and it creates a time NATO, and then his plans got thwarted by Black Arachne.
Wait! Stop! Time NATO. You should copyright that because that was awesome. Okay. Go ahead.
Isn't that what they call it? A time. Okay. Well. Okay. I'll try to copyright that. Time NATO. So my question is,
I love it.
If his plan would have worked, that he blew up the head and Optimus Prime died and his spark joined the Matrix, and that's it. what do you think would have happened in the pilot episode of G1 if Megatron and Skywarp and all the Decepticons are awake
Okay.
and they can't revive Optimus Prime? So let's say another robot gets revived for the Autobots when Starscream shoots the building, and they realize that Optimus is gone, but that the Matrix is still in the chest. And that's the setting.
Okay.
Pilot episode, they get to Earth, they crash. Optimus is dead. What happens? That's the what if episode. That's something that I thought about for a while, and I actually pitched that idea to Rodimus Primal a while back. For one of his retrospective or videos. I'm like, I think he would have been able to cover that question properly, but I don't know if he's going to do it now. And that's my question. What do you think would have happened if Megatron, Beast War Megatron's plan would have worked?
Okay, let me ask your question, or let me ask you a question about your question.
Sure.
Okay. Are we using, to answer this question, are we allowed to use the Beast Wars lore that retroactively gave the G1 characters sparks?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Then I will answer this then like this. I don't think I think the episode would have been different in the case of Prime would not have been dead per se. I think that the Matrix and his spark would have kept him alive because that's essentially their essence, right? And I think that at some point he would have been repaired and G1 would have gone along the way that it would have gone along. If we don't retroly put the sparks into the G1 characters, I think that the 3-parter would have been just a 3-parter, more than meets the eye, part 1, 2, and 3. And Megatron would have been successful in conquering and doing everything that he wanted to do at that point. Because at that point, there was nobody on Earth that could have stood against Megatron. I mean,
no, but there could have been. Okay, in the premise that yes, they have spark, but I mean, I don't think that after 4 million years, because Optimus would not have been like. I mean, they were in stasis lock, but he's damaged beyond repair. I mean, blow to the head and everything. So I was thinking more. There's no Optimus. They wake up. Let's say Jazz is the first to wake up. And he's like, okay, Optimus is dead, fixes everybody else. Ratchet and Wheeljack get to work on Optimus Prime. He turns black. Let's go with the movie, version. He turns black, so his Matrix, his sparks joins with the Matrix. And then somebody else has to take the Matrix. Or the Matrix at that point would need to choose somebody else. So I think that the situation would not have been where the Autobots are teaming up with humans and trying to thwart Megatron's plan. I think it would have been more of a dystopia where Megatron conquers the freaking Earth and the Autobots are struggling to survive. And are, trying to make alliances with surviving humans until eventually the Matrix picks a new Prime.
I think what's really interesting about what you said is I know you didn't read the comics, or maybe you did.
Nah.
Regeneration 1 explored that idea of a dystopian Earth, because of
okay.
because of the Autobot Decepticon war that was there. Earth was essentially left as like a desert husk, and basically the 100 humans or so that were left alive were super pissed.
Yeah, with
at,
reason.
right, definitely. And I think it would have played out very similarly, but I also think that because it's a kids show too, putting that kind of in there. I think everything would have worked out like hunky dory. I think the big question is, since Jazz is the second in command, right?
In the pilot,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the pilot, I think the question ends up being, does the Matrix pick Jazz, and do we have a Jazzimus Prime, or is it one of those situations where we still have to wait until 1986, and like you're saying, it's all this dystopian stuff, and then Hot Rod shows up on Earth, or 2005, and Hot Rod shows up on Earth, and then the Matrix finally says, "Okay, I'm picking you," and now you have to save dystopian Earth from everything that's happened.
Yeah,
like you have to reverse it.
So
I'm thinking it would be more like that, what you're saying, because not just anybody can, wield the Matrix. I mean, we learned that in the movie.
Yeah.
That, Ultra Magnus had it. He couldn't do anything with it. It didn't transform him in any way. Galvatron had it. It wouldn't do anything for him until, Hot Rod got a hold of it, and then, it turned him into what would Optimus Prime do?
So
Yeah.
my question is this: I have a few questions. First is, in the cartoon, if I'm not mistaken, Wheeljack was the first. Was it Wheeljack? I think it was Wheeljack was the first robot that was repaired on the Ark. If I'm
No,
not mistaken,
it was Optimus.
it's Optimus. I thought for some reason I kept thinking it was Wheeljack.
No, Wheeljack was the first Autobot on screen on Cybertron.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Followed by Bumblebee,
So-
and then after that, Jazz, Prime.
If we follow just the cartoon continuity, because the Marvel Comics handled it differently. The first issue, if I'm not mistaken, most of the Decepticons and Autobots were just they were just scattered pieces, and the Ark repaired them both simultaneously, if I'm not mistaken, and they all revived pretty much at the same time. Of course, and then the Decepticons decided, let's go, check out this new world and make it succumb to our, power, and then they, left. So if we go by the Marvel Comics continuity, the Ark would have just repaired Prime anyway, and it would have continued on as if it never happened. However, in the G1 cartoon continuity, I think it'd be sort of the same thing where the surviving Autobots, once they were reawoken, would have definitely repaired Prime. They would have definitely repaired him, and I think the series would have continued on as it was. So,
And, since you bring the Marvel comic up, in issues 24 and 25, you see Optimus Prime get killed.
Yep.
And then
And
Megatron gets killed.
And beheaded. Let's not forget beheaded and cloned by Shockwave. Optimus Prime was cloned by Shockwave.
Oh, that was earlier on in
15, I think, 14 or
6
15.
or 7. It was early on. Anyway, when Shockwave was trying to find the creation Matrix.
Yeah.
Because he had built Jetfire and wanted to bring him to life.
Which I think is a better story for Jetfire. In my opinion, I think the better story was the Marvel Comics one, where he built the Constructicons and Jetfire at the same time. I think that story of Shockwave building them is a much better fit.
But in issue 24,
anyway,
you see
but moving on,
Optimus Prime die. 25, you see Megatron seemingly dies, and then Shockwave takes over for the Decepticons. Well, Shockwave and Ratbat. And
Crimson has a good one.
Then on for the Autobots, Grimlock just, me Grimlock in charge now. And and it, the fighting stayed the same. One faction didn't have an advantage over the other faction.
Yeah.
Whereas
I think actually one of the things that if Prime would not have been there, probably we would not have had Dinobots in G1 continuity. Like, it just probably wouldn't have happened because he authorized it and they went to the museum.
If you go by the cartoon
there
continuity,
again,
in the comic books, it was much
comics.
different. Shockwave comes to
I
Earth.
know in the comics they were made by Shockwave and the Savage
No.
No,
The Ark actually builds the Dinobots to defend against Shockwave, who showed up 4 million years ago, looking to see what happened to Megatron.
Yeah.
And the Dinobots,
and it was Ratchet who
beat
rediscovered them, and and so to combat Shockwave, Megatron gets Ratchet to wake up the Dinobots, and so then you learn of Shockwave's coming, how the Dinobots were built by the Ark to resemble then current creatures that dominated the planet, dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And that's a fun story, Raz. You should go read that comic books. I think.
I want to eventually. I'll just try to get on somebody's will who has all the comics and wait. So, but I thought it would have been a very
hit me up on Instagram with your email, Raz, and I will see about some stuff I can send you.
Okay, cool.
So you can kind of read through it.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. But yeah, I like dystopian games. Like right now, I'm playing again State of Decay 2, which if you haven't played, it's an amazing game. It's zombie survival where you have to build a community and everything, but it's so much better than anything that's
I'm playing Fallout 4. Speaking of that,
yeah, I'm playing a bit of Fallout New Vegas right now too, at the same time. So it's really fun. But State of Decay and Fallout and all of those dystopian stuff. So maybe that's where I'm going more of a darker path with yes, it's a show for kids, but let's theorize that it was made for us, I like the idea of the Matrix picking up a new Prime from the Ark crew, something you don't expect, not Bumblebee because everybody, expect that.
Well, these days, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Back then, no.
MCDJ, that was a great moment where they combined their fuels, quote unquote fuels, with Megatron and Ratchet to make the deal, to seal the deal, sort of thing. Instead of a handshake, they mixed their fuel together. That was, again, Raz, you've got to read the comics, man. I
do want to read the comics.
The Marvel UK comics were also really look. I get a lot of people don't like Simon Furman, and I get why. But the Marvel UK comics were some of the best stories you could find, and that's where, believe it or not, Doctor Who and Death's Head were all featured in Transformer comics.
Yeah, I'd like to read Death's Head
and a Transformers Marvel UK comic, and it was Doctor Who who put him there.
There you go.
Great stuff.
Imagine transforming Daleks. That'd be weird.
Oh, that would be awesome.
What would be really dangerous? What would be really messed up is if the Daleks transformed and became Cybermen.
Cybermen.
Yeah, I think the Daleks were way too strong for Cyberman.
Sorry, I had to jump out for a second, but did I just come back to Transformers versus Dragon Ball?
No, the Daleks from
no.
Doctor Who.
Oh, I heard Cybermen, and I left off on Dinobots. So
no, but if you want to read on a crossover Transformers with Dragon Ball, I know Anthony he made like 3-4 videos of what if Megatron hired the Super Saiyan to destroy the Autobots or something like that?
I mean,
I'll tell you what was a fun read: the Transformers versus Terminator.
Was
that
it?
sounds so
That
bad.
was a fun read.
So okay, did Shockwave create Skynet?
Honestly, at this point, I don't remember.
Okay.
I just remember it was a fun read. It wasn't one of those that, hey, this is continuity, so waste some engrams on that. But I just remember it was a fun read.
Transformers
Sorry.
versus Star. That was a weird read, man. Especially seeing Metroplex turn into the Enterprise or Enterprise turn into Metroplex. That was.
Oh
yeah.
I didn't read all of those, but I did read some of those.
Yeah.
That was a weird read. I was like,
Star Trek had the weirdest crossover. X-Men versus
fun read is
X-Men versus Star Trek, where Spock defeated Wolverine with a Nerf pinch. I was like, come on.
See,
I don't remember that one. I remember there was a novel of Star Trek: The Next Generation in the X-Men.
Yeah, there was.
That I remember. I don't remember what
there
happened.
was two. There was versus.
Why does everybody always have to punk out Wolverine?
Well, that's because he's the staple, right? He's the GOAT of the X-Men. And
sucks. You know? And he's gonna nerve pinch Wolverine like a Vulcan death grip Wolverine. Dude, it wouldn't work against Wolverine because his healing factor is so strong. His nerve would be like, is that all you got? And then Wolverine would stab that pointy-eared douchebag in his face.
Hey, actually, you know what? I'm going to be against you
because Star Trek sucks.
The Star Trek versus Star Wars. I told Anthony to put me in the tricky side because I know we're gonna have fun on that stream.
Absolutely, because Star Wars, 100 times better than Star Trek. Star Trek
no,
is
man.
boring.
No,
dude.
man.
Boring.
If Starfleet was to attack the Empire, they would rip it apart.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, they would. You know why? Because there's no teleporters in Star Wars. So
not only that,
teleport pieces out.
In Star Wars, they use lasers.
Exactly.
Which pretty much have zero effect on Starfleet's shields.
Yeah.
And that's canon.
That's fine. That can be canon.
You know what, though? Forget Starfleet.
But
it's
the Death Star,
the Klingons, man.
The Death Star would shoot that laser beam, and I don't care. I don't care what Starfleet laser, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Because that laser beam is the size of a moon shot. Like, that is thickness. Nah, I don't buy that. Because they could overload the shields with that death laser beam and then wreak havoc with it. And then Star Wars has got the Force.
Well, you gotta look at if are you dealing with Death Star Mark 1 or Death Star Mark 2?
Nah,
if you're dealing with Mark 1, the fully completed Death Star, it took a long time for them to recharge that super laser.
It just needs one shot. That's it.
It needs one shot to blow up a planet, and then it's done for like 45 minutes.
Hey, just one shot. Mike Tyson only needs one hit.
So I recently read a fanfic of Borg versus the Empire, and which was a pretty interesting read. The writer definitely needs to, improve his skills, but it was definitely an interesting read where, for a while there, I thought, okay, I thought, okay, yeah, the Borg is just going to walk over the Empire.
See,
man, they
here's the problem with the Borg.
Death Star to destroy a couple of Borg cubes.
See, and here's the problem with the Borg.
They Death Star just took out an entire Borg fleet.
Yeah, and the problem with the Borg is like they're the bad guys. They're always written to lose.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm gonna, you said the Force, so I'm just gonna go and blow your mind. It's not about the Force. It's about midichlorians.
No. We're not doing this episode 1, 2, 3 bullshit. Okay.
It's midichlorian.
No.
It's like in the legends. In the legends book.
Look, man, we said Star Wars.
Yeah, it's all about the midichlorians, baby.
Right?
And they don't have midichlorians, so the Force doesn't
weird out.
work.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. You're in
Dr.
it now.
McCoy
You're in it now. You
can
want to
negate
something,
those
right?
midichlorians,
Because you know what?
man. Just give him a hypo spray in about 10 minutes to figure it out.
Hey, you know what? Paramount did a better Star Trek. That new Star Trek trilogy is better than what Gene Roddenberry ever did.
Nah.
Yeah,
you
know
the
what?
Kelvin timeline.
That's
no,
it.
forget
Gloves
it,
are
dude.
off. That's it.
Yeah, because you know what, man? It's not boring. It's not boring. Like
See, that's
Star
no.
Trek. Okay, look.
Because you know
look,
what happened is
Star
that
Trek-
Paramount
Star
and
Trek is a
J.J.
bunch of
Abrams.
dudes- Star Trek
No.
is a bunch of dudes running around in a circle talking about, my shields are down. What do we do to fix it? For an hour. That's all they do for an hour. Like Deep Space Nine, you're trying to get home. Cool. Can we just skip to the last episode?
That's Voyager.
Oh, you're not home. Well,
Yeah,
God,
that's
what happened
Voyager.
here?
No.
If
I disagree.
if action is what you crave out of Star Trek, man, the second half of Deep Space Nine is probably your jam because that's when they were at war with the Dominion. And not every episode is action packed, shoot 'em up, bang bang, but you do have to kind of watch them all because it all builds up on each other.
Except
Deep
I
Space
think-
Nine
okay,
was the
now I
best.
do have a
Hollow
question.
Tech ones, they were
I
boring.
do have a question. There is in Star Wars, there is a it's essentially, you guys know Norse mythology at all? Like
Little bit.
the world
Yeah.
serpent. Okay, so there's the
Some.
world serpent, right? In Norse mythology. So in Star Wars, there is essentially a universe serpent that is like basically the same idea as Norse mythology's world serpent. Now you got to think it's, you're going from something that's Earth size, and how big is the Earth compared to a universe, to something that is universe size serpent, right? So how does Star Trek deal with that?
They pretty much discount all religion that cannot be confirmed through science.
But it has been confirmed through science. That serpent has been confirmed.
Yeah, then Picard is gonna.
I want to see those scans. Damn it!
Picard is gonna go and he's gonna start calling out to Q, and he's gonna tell Q, "Hey Q, I think that you can't destroy this world thing." And then Q's gonna go, "Oh really?" And then boom.
Boom. But the thing is,
Wait. How does?
Wait, no, let me finish. In Star
Yeah,
Wars,
go ahead.
there are also gods, because Luke fought one and she was a terror. Well,
true.
see, but now it's not canon anymore because
Yeah, that's
No, it is canon. It is canon. It is canon. So my other question is, okay, now since we're doing crossovers and stuff,
right.
the X-Men crossed over with Star Trek.
They did.
And now we're talking about Star Wars Star Trek crossover, right?
Yes.
So Vader goes up to the Phoenix Force, the Dark Phoenix Force, and goes, "Man, look, I can give you whatever you want. Love, power, don't matter. I can give you all. Just kill the Star Trek crew."
Right.
What happens when the Phoenix Force just shows up in front of the Enterprise and burns them alive?
That's where the Klingons swoop in and just blow everything all to shit.
There you go. Oh no, that guy from season 2, the old man. Maybe season 2 or 3. He's like a
the guy that was on the planet and only him and his wife was left. Is
exactly.
that the one you're talking about? Yeah.
That's I go pick that guy up.
I have to talk about that Walker guy that you're talking. He is probably, he's sort of been retconned as a Q member of the Continuum, Q Continuum.
Yeah.
So just to let you guys know, he's been sort of retconned as a member of the Continuum. Just to let you know.
Who retconned that? Damn it. That's not good.
Nah, I don't like him being cute because he doesn't.
I
fit
can't
the
remember.
bill
This
of a
was what, like a few years ago. I read that he's been retconned. That John Walker or whatever his name, something Walker. But anyway, friend of Kirk. Anyway, he's been retconned as one of the kids.
Oh no, not him. You're talking
No,
about
we're talking
the kid.
about on the Next Generation.
Oh, Next Generation.
You're talking about
They
the
show
kid
up.
that
They
can
show up
do
at this
anything?
planet that was attacked, and the whole planet is devastated except for this one patch of land with a house on it.
him.
And it's just a dude and his wife, and it ends up that he's like this super powerful entity that had kind of renounced his powers because he fell in love with this woman, and he was just trying to live out the rest of his life like that. And
the Hoochnock, and he killed all the Hoochnock.
Yeah, he
I didn't kill
destroyed the
just one
Hoochnock.
Hoochnock. I killed them all.
Their ass ain't getting
Hoochnock
retconned.
everywhere.
But-
Just everywhere.
So, got a scenario for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on. I just
Okay.
want to
No,
point
hold
one
on,
thing
hold on.
out. Input. Hold on. Give me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Jabil, I need you to, because you talked about that kid in the original series that basically has been retconned as a Q, and go watch the, I guess you can call it a fan movie, or a B movie, Star Trek's of Gods and Men. And it's a movie where that kid goes through the Garden of Time.
It wasn't a kid.
Huh? Oh,
It wasn't
you
a
said
kid.
what?
It was Walker was Walker was Kirk's, like best friend or something, and they found him on a planet, and he received
Oh,
these
not
godlike
Walker. You're
powers,
talking
and
about Mitchell, Gary Mitchell,
Mitchell.
Yeah,
Mitchell,
yeah,
yeah,
the
Mitchell.
pilot episode or the
But
second
anyway,
pilot
he's
episode.
been
those
been
two
retconned as
characters, that guy with the silver eyes,
Yes.
okay, that guy, and the
Mhm.
kid that they find on a planet, and he kind of controls
Charlie
everything.
X.
Those two characters are in Star Trek of Gods and Men. And it's basically Nichelle Nichols in it, and the captain of the Enterprise B. You have Janice. And all the actors are kind of coming back. And there's Tuvok. Before he went on with Voyager, like he was retconned that he was part of the Starfleet crew with
Yeah,
Chekhov.
he was on Excelsior.
Yeah, exactly. Not Chekhov, but Sulu.
Yeah.
So, but go find it. It's online. It's not I don't think it was even released, but it's freaking fun. So, of
or
Gods
Ice
and Men.
Pirates,
So,
Enemy
okay,
of Mine, and Starfighter Forces
So-
of Mine.
so this is why Star Wars wins, hands down, 100%.
Okay.
100%. Okay. Star Wars, Lucasfilm, they get the rights to do it. Paramount or whoever owns the original Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry Star Trek, right? Is it Universal? I don't know. Whoever owns
No,
it.
it's Paramount owns it.
Paramount owns all of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So they go to the original Gene Roddenberry, and Lucasfilm's like, hey, we got this idea for a movie, and it's Star Wars and Star Trek, right? And then Paramount's like, yeah, let's do it. And they cross over. They make the movie. It makes $1 trillion tons of money. I mean, Scrooge McDuck vault type of money, right?
Okay.
Okay. Then Disney comes in and says,
I'm with
hey,
you, I'm with
Paramount,
you.
we're going to give you this entire Scrooge McDuck vault of money for Star Trek. And then Paramount's like, hell yeah, because we're a company and we like money. And so they take the money and then they give the rights to Star Trek over to Disney. And then Disney ruins it like they ruined
Oh,
Star Wars.
God.
Star Wars wins.
Well,
because they got Disney
that's
backing them up.
that's an easy kill. They just turn it over
Yeah.
to Kathleen Kennedy. I can't wait to see how she ruins Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Indiana Jones already ruined, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay, I will admit, Indiana Jones and the Space Aliens from Your Anus was not the best Indiana Jones movie.
Dude, real quick, we watched that movie. My old next door neighbor, she loved that film. She loved Indiana Jones, and she was like, "Man, you're gonna love it. It's fan-fucking-tastic." And we watched it. Man, we made a night out of it. We made like popcorn and hot dogs and all kinds of stuff, right? And I had this big TV at the time. I had a projector and big comfy couch, like the whole thing. And we're watching it. And then it gets to the alien skulls, and I was like, "Come on, man, this is lame, dude. What is this?"
Come on, George Lucas should have known better than to do that, because we all know the best Indiana Jones movies are when he's after Judeo-Christian items.
Yeah.
And he's fighting Nazis.
But well, hold on. There's hope yet for that movie to be good. Hear me out. So, Lucasfilm has brought George Lucas back to help write some more Star Wars stuff, right? Well, since Lucasfilm owns Indiana Jones, maybe George Lucas can do like a special edition fourth movie where he just kind of comes in and edits stuff and fixes stuff like he did with E.T. and Star Wars.
Yeah.
And he can just get rid of the Crystal Skull thing altogether, and instead of crystal skulls, they're like walkie-talkies or something, like in E.T. I don't know.
They definitely can't be guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be guns.
Can't be guns.
Oh,
it's gonna turn out they're really the hot potatoes from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Hot potatoes.
Yeah.
Except these are alien hot potatoes, and Short Round shows up, and instead of covering his heart, he says, "Indy, cover your anus."
There you go.
They'll probe you.
You guys are insane. But yeah, have you seen the South Park episode in response to the fourth Indiana Jones movie?
No.
I have never watched.
It's basically everybody who watches the movie.
Indiana Jones.
Basically that's it. You see Indiana Jones doing something, and then George Lucas and Steven Spielberg just come out of nowhere and just rape him. That's the episode. But it's so traumatic. The way it happens, it's like, holy shit, this is bad.
No.
And you know, Raz, what that episode was missing? Short Round showing up and saying, "Indy, cover your anus."
Yeah, they could have done that, but it was, and then just every time somebody else is watching the movie, it's a different rape scene, but it's always George Lucas, and they're just raping Indiana Jones over and over.
Oh God!
It's a terrible episode. It caused me trauma. It's weird.
Having the hindsight of that movie now, it's not quite as bad as I thought it was at the time. At the time, I just thought this is bad. It's just garbage, fucking aliens.
Yeah.
It just. But and I felt like the entire when I first saw it, I felt like the entire movie, Indiana Jones was just being led around by the nose.
Yeah,
like he didn't know anything, and everybody was telling him. And then Shia LaBeouf was swinging from the trees with the monkeys, and that part is really still bad.
Well, I will say,
Lone Dragon said, the nuclear blast was pretty bad too. So
I will say this about that movie. Aztecian lore, that is accurate for the Crystal Skulls. Aztecs do believe aliens existed and gave them, gods and the powers and the knowledge and all that stuff. So at least it's accurate. But I do agree with what Digital Caveman said. It doesn't work.
No.
What were you saying, Ninja Bill?
Is that Oracle in the background laughing her ass off?
No, that's my son. He's streaming with his friends.
Okay. I heard somebody in the background laughing, and I was like, I would be laughing at us too, because
real quick, Lone Dragon in chat said, I like to think the new D&D movie might actually turn out good. I don't know, Lone Dragon, if you've seen it. Sci-Fi did a D&D movie. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
God knows how long ago now. 10, 15
11 years ago.
Yeah, and it's really good. The sorceress has a spell count per day that she can only use, and
I didn't see that.
Vaguely remember that.
I gave up after the first D&D movie, and you know that first.
Oh,
D&D
the
movie.
one with the Wayans
Yeah.
brother in it.
And so that was a terrible movie.
terrible.
And then I kept telling my friend, "Don't watch it. It's terrible. Don't watch it. It's terrible." But he said, I thought it was like
I'll be right back.
Street Fighter 2 bad. You know, where it's bad, but you still watch it and have a good time. He said that this was just he finally watched it, and that was terrible.
Well, I know you're not talking about that first Street Fighter movie, the one that was so bad. It was so bad.
Raul
It
Julia?
killed Raul Julia of shame.
Yeah, but awesome. It's an awful movie, but it's still, when it came on TV, I still watched it, and I wasn't upset or anything. But it was terrible. But
Kylie Minogue
delivered the best line in TV and movie at that time, which was, for you, it was a traumatic incident. You lost your family. To me, it was Tuesday.
Oh, just
that was freaking brilliant.
I will say there's two things about that movie. Kylie Minogue playing Cammy. I love Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
She's a fox. She will always be a fox, right?
Man.
And number two, I love that line. I do. For me, it was just Tuesday, right? Fantastic line. There's a line in that movie that trumps that line. Okay. And Guile Van Damme is giving the speech to his soldiers. And it's that Independence Day type of speech. Everyone's listening, and and he says, "M. Bison, I'm gonna kick your butt so hard that I'm gonna make every M. Bison wannabe out there feel it." And the crowd erupts, just in cheers. Like, fantastic.
Well, there is actually a video game movie even worse.
Oh yeah,
it was called Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Now hold on. The
first Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, Annihilation.
I won't say it was great, but it was good. It was fun to watch. You got to see all the characters. You got to see Johnny Cage punch Goro in the nuts.
Yeah,
and then they made Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Now hold on. To circle back around to Transformers. At the end of Mortal Kombat, Shao Kahn pops up and he's like, "Your soul is mine." And then Raiden says, "I don't think so." And the lightning flows. Do you guys know who played Shao Kahn in that clip or in that little?
It's Frank Welker.
Yes, it is Frank Welker.
Yeah.
There you go.
I knew that.
Did not know that. But I know that Mortal Kombat Annihilation is so bad that they couldn't even get Christopher Lambert to come back for it.
That's true. Dude.
That's how bad that movie was.
But that's the thing, is that they picked, like, okay, Kitana came back, so that was cool. And then Robin Shu was not a great Liu Kang to start with, but he came back. And then the Animality came in, and it was terrible. But you get to see a lot of characters. Like, it wasn't a great movie. But then the same producer, Kazanov, went and did Mortal Kombat Conquest, which I just finished watching this morning on some site. And basically, he was using the same type of effect that he did with Annihilation. It was a show that was completely underrated, but at the same time terrible, but it was kind of good too because the actors were okay. If you've never seen Mortal Kombat Conquest, go on F Movies. It's on there. It's worth the watch. It's only 22 episodes. It's one season. The lore is good. They just poorly executed the whole thing.
Do you guys remember that pitch that came out for Mortal Kombat about 15 years or so ago? And it was like just a trailer, but it was definitely like a pitch to a movie studio that got
Mortal Kombat Rebirth.
Right, and they were cops, and Scorpion was like some drug cartel gang member or something like that, and they were trying to find him, and it was Sonya Blade and Jax, and they were detectives. I mean,
yeah, they found him, and they wanted to hire him to go after Baraka, who was some doctor that just grafted blades on himself, and then they actually hired Johnny Cage. They hired Johnny Cage, the failed actor, to run missions, and then Cage gets his head cut off. Yeah, I remember that. It gave with the Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Which one was the one that had the chick who played 7 of 9 on Voyager?
Yeah, that's it. That's Rebirth. And
Rebirth,
Legacy.
okay.
So what
she
happened?
played Sonya Blade
that,
in that, didn't she?
Yo,
yeah,
she
I think so.
Yeah, 7 of 9 in Sonya Blade. Okay, so what happened is that they pitched Rebirth to the network as basically a reimagining, because I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I know all of the character backstory and shit like that. So they tried to pitch a new story to the studios. And they didn't pick it up. Nobody wanted to do Mortal Kombat Rebirth with those actors and that type where it's not mystical. It's just crazy people murdering each other, and but there is going to be a tournament. And so what they did is that they did a YouTube show called Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Right.
And Legacy was picked up by Machinima on YouTube before Machinima went under and then killed all of its show. And Legacy was more, they didn't keep that origin story or that reimagining. They went with the more classical tale of Mortal Kombat, and it was freaking brilliant. Like, Johnny Cage is a failed actor who's trying to start his own reality show where he goes after people, and then when he busts them, he says, "You got caged." And it was super corny.
that sounds just like Johnny Cage, too.
Exactly. And
Fantastic.
and the actor who played Johnny Cage was Rico from Starship Trooper.
Underrated movie, Starship Troopers.
Oh, fantastic.
The first one, definitely. The rest of them trash.
I need to watch the others, though. But Legacy was good because they reimagined the story of Melina and Katana, and then Kano and Raiden. Raiden was really a thunder god, but he came to Earth, lost his power, lost his memory. He's trying to get out of an asylum, and eventually you lead to a tournament, and then Liu Kang turns evil because the Temple of Light wouldn't help him find his girlfriend when she went missing or shit like that. I don't remember everything, but Rebirth was amazing. Legacy was good. I would have preferred to see a full series on Rebirth. That would have been fun.
Yeah, I think so too. Because that really kind of that whole trailer that they did really kind of grabbed my imagination. Because I was like, because up to then, I don't think I never even thought like Mortal Kombat would be like a real world type of thing. And then when I saw the trailer and I was like, we're searching for Scorpion. He's like a drug lord, cartel lord, whatever. I just started thinking about like, okay, what if this is the case and it's more realistic and Baraka's like grafting metal blades onto his arm and surgically, messing himself up and making himself, ugly. And I was like, man, what about Goro? What about Sindel, Shao Kahn? Like, what, my imagination, it just exploded with all of the Mortal Kombat characters. And
it would have been very like, imagine Sindel just being some crazy chick with a huge speaker in his mouth that just friggin' deafens people, and anything could have been possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
But ever since you said Scorpion was a drug lord, all I can think of now is his line must have been, "Get over here and snort this line."
And then you have Sub-Zero who deals crystal meth. He's a rival gang member.
That'd be awesome.
Wait. Didn't they fight him on Breaking Bad?
Could be.
That's terrible.
He was pissed off because they had the blue meth and he wanted it.
That would have been such an interesting show. I mean,
it really would have been. Like this guy, honestly, I'm kind of glad. Part of me's glad that it didn't get picked up, because like sometimes things don't live up to your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and then Jabil dropped again.
And then I'm sitting here thinking like Shao Kahn's like this, like the world's strongest man who lost the belt because he was on steroids and got caught or something like that. And then
he gets played by Hulk Hogan.
Oh God. Oh, but in Legacy, they did recast Shang Tsung. Like I don't remember his name, but the same actor who played Shang Tsung in the first movie was Shang Tsung in Legacy.
Yes.
Except,
Sorry about that.
I
I'm
would
back.
tell you,
except much older.
That's
but
probably the best thing that they did in that first movie was cast that guy as Shang Tsung because he was 100% Shang Tsung.
The first time I saw him was in a movie with Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren called Trouble in Little Tokyo. No, that's the other movie.
You're
Big
talking
Trouble
about
in
Big Trouble in
Little
Little China.
No. I know.
Because he
but
wasn't
that's
in
not
that.
it. No. It's Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren, and it's about some Japanese or Chinese mafia coming to Los Angeles or something like that. It's one of Brandon's movie just before he did The Crow, and while Dolph Lundgren was still popular, and it's an amazing movie. He's in it. He's
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah.
Showdown in Little Tokyo. Oh yeah.
It's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of Dolph Lundgren at the height of his career, did y'all see that movie with him that was what's the name of it? I Come in Peace.
Yes.
About the alien who
love that
like
movie.
extracting I don't know, he was extracting something out of people to get high.
MC DJ says
The
Goro.
fuck, DJ?
Export star turned super
Wow.
Yes, every time he walks into a room, it plays that Bow Chicka Wow Wow.
Oh my
and then what we'll put in there that we'll just take from the first movie is Johnny Cage punches him in the nuts.
Yeah.
That's what ends his career. That's what ends his career.
Oh, that's
Johnny
what
Cage.
Johnny Cage. Yes.
Johnny Cage is a struggling actor who turns to gay porn just to make some money on the side. And then the whole catchphrase is "You've been caged," like right before he starts doing these guys, right?
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, Goro is like supposed to be the guy who takes Johnny Cage's, I don't know, virginity or whatever in this movie. And then Cage is like, no, and just punches him in the nuts, dude, as hard as he can, and ends Goro's career.
That's
Done.
We're gonna have to pitch this to a studio. I'm not monetizing this stream if ever I get monetized. Wow.
Well, speaking of that, Raz, early next year, they're saying, I don't know how true this is, but they're supposed to lower the thresholds on some of the monetization features. Okay. I don't know what the numbers are going to be, but the monetization features at the lower tier, it's going to unlock channel memberships and super chats and super stickers.
Well, I mean, it's beneficial to YouTube because they get 30%, right? So why not?
Yeah, exactly. They get their cut, so why not make it available for everybody?
Right.
So
I wouldn't mind doing some. I don't want this to be my job.
I still won't make the cut.
The
way my channel grows.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
the way my channel growth is, I wouldn't make that cut even if they lowered it.
Oh, you probably would. I mean, you still get, the views and everything. So.
It's like this, if they lower it to half, that's still 500 subs and 2,000 hours.
2,000 an hour?
No, 2,000 watch hours.
Oh, watch hours. Oh,
right now to be fully monetized and everything, it's 4,000.
Yeah, 4,000. It took forever for Inutabi to get that 4,000 hours.
And let me tell you, I did a little experiment just to see if you could watch your own videos, and it counted. It does.
Really?
It counts.
Oh, I should stream me then.
Now it doesn't. If you go in and refresh, they're gonna throw that out. But
but if you just stream
you
a playlist.
had a playlist with every single one of your videos in it, and you just let it play,
No, it works because my girlfriend, she's her own account. But I think I left my playlist play on my computer one time, and then it did increase a little bit my. But I thought it was more of a fluke than anything. So
Interesting.
yeah.
So it will increase your watch
And I
hours.
think
but
Crimson is right that the live streams on the first one don't count as watch hours, but it's the replay does. So I think that's true. Like I didn't get view hours or view minutes from my interviews, but I do get from the
that
replays.
sucks.
So, but I mean it's just an hour, so in the end, and man, it's hard to get other actors to come and do the interviews first because they don't all have a Facebook or an Instagram or a YouTube or any social media.
I'm sure a lot of them are old school and everything has to go through their agent.
Exactly.
And their
And
agent really isn't going to book something that doesn't pay.
Well, they might, but the thing is that if I was to get IMDb Pro, which is like $19 a month, then I could have access to their media contacts. But I don't want to invest right now. Like if I was monetized and I was making at least $19 a month, maybe I would get IMDb Pro at that time. But for now, like I guess I'm in talks with. It's weird. Like Paul Eiding, I've been trying to get him on the show. We're friends on Facebook. He likes my post once in a while, so I know he's watching. But he also posts a lot about politics, so he's involved. And but I would really love to interview him. And last time before TFCon, he said, "Yes, let's do it." And then I haven't heard since. Like I told him my questions are ready, my stuff, but he's too busy. Like he's still active. He still does theater. He still does TV, and so it's kind of hard. And then Gary Chalk, I sent him. I usually the moment I finish the video and it airs, I send it to the actor if I can. And just say, hey, I did this video about you. Give it a watch. I hope you like it. But then he replied, said, when did you want to do it? I'm like, what? No, it's already live. But if you do want to come over on the show, I'll interview you. That'd be great. But so, like it's some of them that I've talked to, they're dude. Okay, I get pocket texts and pocket phone calls from Greg Berger every second month. And to me, like I'm gonna get a text from him, and he says, and he's gonna send me his PayPal info because he mistypes stuff, and because he does a lot of coaching sessions, so he charges for that. So he has people send him over the PayPal. But the number of texts I got from him asking me for money. And then I reply, what, sir? And he's like, oh, sorry, wrong text. It happens all the time. And then 2 weeks ago, I get a phone call from him. I'm like, what? I'm like, hello, Mr. Berger. And then it's just him in the background talking and working in his garage or whatever.
So you got a famous butt dial.
Exactly. I got a famous butt. I'm like, sir, Greg, I think you pocket dialed me. And then, I just closed because I'm not going to charge him a super long distance for that. But it's hilarious to get these things from Greg Berger. So,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. It's cool. Like, it's fun because if I do have a question for him or anything, hilarious. I can text him, so that's, I don't want to lose that. But, the other, like Michael Bell was, it got a bit confusing at one point when we were going to meet and everything. So, their schedule. And then I tried to get, what's his name? Mark Watts, the artist that did the box art for the G1 and everything. I did my spotlight. So I didn't want to do a spotlight on him because he's not a voice actor. Nobody really knows who he is. I just wanted to interview him, maybe, shoot the shit, what happened. But he replied, he said, I can do it right now, but you can use all of this. And then he sent me a bunch of link to other interviews he did in magazines and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll do a spotlight. So I started working on it. And then he said, make sure you send me a copy. So I okay it. I'm like, what? I'm just doing so whatever. So I do the stuff. I send it to him. He's like, oh, this picture is not my art. And then he sent me the real picture. So it was cool. But then I realized, he thinks I'm doing a paid promo spot or something like that, where, you know, basically artists can say, you know, they can pay a magazine to do a spot on them. So the magazine's going to get, I don't know, $1,000, and then they publish an article. But then every article he sent me was always the same thing. Like for 20 years, magazine would just pick up the same thing, copy paste.
He's been using this one interview for 20 years.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay. So I did my spotlight on that. It bombed. Like I had 20 view on it. So yeah, you know, but it was still weird because eventually I replied to one of his emails. I'm like, this isn't a promo spot. This is just me doing a little video on you. Like it's not something, you know, commercial or anything. So, but I don't think he even understood that, which I don't mind. I mean, I would have still loved to talk to him because he's part of, you know, the Transformer lore and origins and everything. So that would have been interesting. But it was so weird, that whole interaction. Yeah. So Neil Ross was really fun. I emailed his website. I got an email saying, sure, let's do it. Here's my book. I have a PDF of his book. I didn't have to pay for that. And it's super interesting. So I based my question on that. We set a date. Boom. Did the interview. It was amazing. And then John Machida, he was taking care of a friend who was like 90 years old and was going, you know, on his last mile. So we had to postpone for a while and everything. So, but I mean, it's different interaction, and it's people from a different generation,
right?
But it's still fun to do it. But it's just like right now, I did my first Beast Wars video. Next week I'm off, and I want to do more Beast Wars video for the channel because I changed my intro. I put all the pictures of the Beast Wars actor instead. And the one I could find, the guy, Doug Parker, who did Pterosaur. There's just one picture of him, and I'm not gonna put that in my video because it freaking sucks. So I don't know what I'm gonna use when I do my spotlight on him.
Just use one of those things like they use on IMDb when they don't have a headshot of the actor. Just the silhouette.
Yeah. Every time.
Yeah. Silhouette image.
So, hey, thanks, Lone Dragon. I appreciate that.
Hey, it works.
I had fun doing the interviews. I mean, it's so cool to do it. Oh, and then Michael Bell. Okay, every actor after the interview, they wait. I do my outro. Then we chat for 10, 15 minutes afterwards. Just, you know, me and them, so that I can have that special moment alone. And so it's fun. But then Michael Bell, I do my exit. I plug in my outro. He closes off his windows, and that's it. Never heard from him again. Like, all right, I didn't even say bye. So it's like, okay. But I enjoy it. But now I think that moving with more recent shows, I'm going to have actors who have a social media and stuff like that. So I might be able to get more. But I mean, I want to interview the G1ers, you know, the old crew. So
right.
So that's the goal. But I want to keep, that's my goal now. I'm at 300. I want to keep going. I want to do more videos. Like I have about 8 videos right now lined up until December. 2 per week until maybe mid-December that I've already shot, edited, and everything. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that I need to record. And then I have other stuff, you know, that just came in that I have to record. And so I'm keeping busy, but also, you know, balancing work and life. So family and everything. So, but it's fun.
Been me. I've been so busy. I got behind content. So, but you know, I've got Galaxy Convoy and Wing Saber coming up toys, not character toys coming up and things like that. But I got sick really, really badly for about a week and a half,
Yeah.
man. And that put me and that put me behind on all my channel because almost everything I did. I don't know what it is with YouTube. It's like sometimes you'll do an upload and everything works great, and you'll upload 2 or 3 videos and everything works great. But sometimes, man, it's just the video is so corrupted. I was just like, what?
Oh, I fixed that.
And so I
had issues.
I have to reshoot. I have to reshoot a lot or re-edit a lot of my videos. So I hate.
I used VideoPad, and I had problems with. I don't know. Like, there's a function where I can upload directly to YouTube, and it broke, and then I emailed the company, and basically their solution is log off of YouTube, change browser, and then redo the login process and pick your channel, pick your everything, and then it's going to maybe work. You might have to do that 2-3 times. So I have to switch from Chrome to Firefox to Edge. Screw that. So now what I do is I just create an MP4. I select 4K and everything. I save it. So all my videos, I have a backup. I save it, and then I go directly with YouTube and I upload it through them. It's simpler than to do it that way than to do it with the editing tool. I find that it takes so much more space now, because I used to do a backup with low res, but now I do it in 4K because I want to have the so it's really it's annoying, but you do what you got to do.
Shooting 4K is see, I have a couple of 4K videos, but I stopped doing it in 4K because it takes up so much space, man.
Yeah, my space is filling up. I'm gonna need a new hard drive eventually.
Yeah, I'm just shooting mine.
Yeah, I mean,
poor little poor 1080p.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm doing, is 1080p,
and I just,
which is 4K is nice, but.
Well, it doesn't make that much. I guess I could go back to 1080.
I just, the previous week, I get my 5 videos ready. I do up my sizzle reel, drop it on either Saturday or Sunday. I upload all 5 videos on Sunday at some point so that I don't have to fuck with it the rest of the week.
Yeah. See, I don't have that. Like, the only time I did a power shoot,
I upload.
Go ahead, Ninja Bill. You still there?
No, I was just gonna say I upload directly, to YouTube. I edit, and then I don't use any editing software for upload. I just edit and then save and then upload to YouTube itself, and then
it still corrupts.
Multiple uploads, usually 2 or 3 videos at once, and what it was, I found out what it was is because I also use a program called Handbrake to make the videos as a bit smaller. So, and that was what was corrupting the videos. For some reason, YouTube, when uploaded to YouTube and it did that processing phase that it does after you upload a video, you get that processing phase. Well, during then, it would corrupt the video because it didn't like the format. It didn't like that format that Handbrake was putting it into. So once I discovered that was a problem, I don't use the program anymore.
All right. Well, maybe I'll switch out of 4K because it does take a lot of space.
Yeah, I shoot mine 1080p, 30 frames a second.
Yeah, and your video quality is good, so yeah, maybe
and I shoot all that shit on my phone. Every bit.
I do.
The only thing, I have this little shotgun mic that I plug into my phone.
I have this. Works fine.
And this was the only thing I could find at a decent price that would, that had the 3.5 millimeter jack to plug into the phone with the 2 or the 3 rings, because it has to have the 3 damn rings on it.
I would, because when I do my intros for my toy reviews, I use the mic on my phone and the camera and everything, and then I shoot everything with my phone, the whole review, and it works okay, it works good. It just, when I tried to use my phone as a camera for something else, if I wanted to record, instead of recording on my phone, I wanted to record it directly with the editing tool. So I set it up that it picked up my phone as the camera, and it came out all pixelated. I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to make it, higher quality. So, and because everything was supposed to be on iRes and everything. So, but anyway. All right, guys. I think we've been 2 hours. So thank you. I think we're going to end there. Because I have to actually get to work tomorrow morning instead of working from home, which I hate. I love working from home.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
It's the best, man. It's the best.
Yeah, it is. I'm actually thinking maybe I'll switch job if I can find something that allows me more, work from home and, less hassle.
Right.
Is right now.
Everybody's dream job: work from home and no hassle.
Yeah.
Which means no boss. You work for yourself.
Yeah, but then I don't have to drive to be self-employed.
Because I'm gonna tell you, man, it doesn't matter what job you have. If you work with somebody else, there's gonna be drama.
Oh yeah,
that's the truth.
That's the thing. At my job, there's not that much drama. It's just sometimes I wish they would, just do things differently. But it's just, any job, nothing is perfect. So
you mean you wish they would just shut the hell up?
Could, find a corner.
Yeah, I wish they would do things my way. Really, because my way is the best.
That's, man, when I work at Walmart, I was like, if these people would just shut the hell up and do their damn job like they're supposed to, we wouldn't have all this crap.
Dude, that ain't no lie. Why is it when you go to work, you have a job title, which, you do whatever it is that your job entails you to do?
Exactly.
Why does your boss make you go do somebody else's job? Fire that motherfucker, okay, and hire somebody that can do the job properly.
Because here's the thing.
I got to go and do somebody else's job on top of mine? Tell you what, fire them. I'll do both. Double my pay.
Oh, yeah.
My thing when I was an assistant with Walmart is if I have to come do your job,
and then
I don't need you.
Yeah.
Yep.
See,
you are a waste of my payroll.
That's what I've been trying to tell my boss, is that right now they're trying to hire a third one, because usually I do 35 hours a week, but now because of everything has been going on, we're at 40 hours a week, and everything's kind of working okay. We're still a little bit overworked, but I keep telling my boss, you don't need to hire somebody else. Just let me keep working 40 hours a week and we're good. So, but anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. Again, Input, tell us where they can find you.
You can find me, the in-PUT, over on Inputs, Reviews, and Customs. And you guys can find my stop motion Transformers stop motions over on in-put 2.0. Yeah, spell it out, and it's all one word followed by 2.0. And that's it, man. And every Wednesday I do Transformers News live at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, me and Oracle does Tales from Teletran, the podcast where we review every Transformers episode ever. And we are on halfway through Headmasters. So, yeah, if that sounds cool, man, head over there, check it out.
I need to answer your email.
Yeah, you do.
Probably.
I need to.
No, I was supposed to be on.
I just realized
last time, but the kid got sick, so I had to go to the hospital. But maybe soon I'll be able to join you again on Tales of Teletron. I really like that.
Yeah,
so,
man, that sounds good.
That's what happened to me. Is I got sick and I really totally forgot that I sent him an email saying, "Hey, can I be on the show?" I tell you just, oh man, I'm sorry, Input. I'm so sorry.
Hey, dude, don't worry about it. I just figured something popped up or whatever, so it's no big deal.
It happens.
Yeah, I got sick.
Right. Ninja Bill, where can they find you beside a hospital bed?
At my age, that's not a that's a normal thing. Right? I'm just one here, so yeah. Anyway, you can Ninja Bill Ninja reviews on YouTube. Ninja Bill Live, as the icons say, is going to be returning probably in January. It's been a year and a half, 2 years since the show was going, and I wanted to. People were saying, "Hey, you need to restart it," so I'm going to be restarting it.
Nice.
You can also find me on tformers.com as Shinobi Biru and Facebook.com as Shinobi Biru as well.
And Digital, where can we find you?
You can find me here on YouTube under Digital Caveman Presents. Just make sure you spell it correctly with 2 N's. Also, I'm on Twitter, but I'm never on Twitter. I do have a couple of Discord channels, but I don't remember what they are right now. I'll tell you how to find them. If you watch my videos all the way to the end, there's a permanent link to one of them.
Okay.
So I should probably start putting that stuff in the video description, but I always forget.
No, you keep it at the end like I do with my discount code for DJC Collectibles.
I don't think the people heard that. What was that?
Did you say DJC Collectibles?
I sure did.
15%?
No, 10. 10%? Dude, I'm not Patriot Prime
I used to get that kind of discount when I worked at Walmart.
And I
wait,
just
10% DJC Collectibles?
Yes,
10%.
but not on groceries.
No. Oh, it's just on anything Transformers. Yeah. Anything Transformers, and, 10%.
Also,
transform
Instagram.
your collection with DJC Collectibles and get 10% off today.
I need to pay you for those promo, man. You should start doing them professionally. All right. Well, it's been great, guys.
When I started hearing him do the intro for Trans Aaron's videos, I was like, what? That's Input. That's Input all day long. Is he like doing paid promos now? That's awesome.
Does it work for international buyer? I think it does, Crimson Raptor, but and the shipping you're going to pay with him is probably going to be cheaper than what it cost me to order something from Input. Let me tell you that.
Dude, USPS shipping is
it's terrible.
Garbage.
I sent something I sent the Megatron, the RED Megatron to Input in half the price and half the time. Then it did him sending me. So
yeah, he got. I sent. Well, I forgot what I sent you, Raz.
Yeah,
Cosmos.
Cosmos. That's right. I sent you Cosmos, and the Walmart Cosmos. It took like a month to get to him, and in like 2 weeks, he's like, "Hey, this Megatron's on clearance. Blah blah blah. I'll send it to you." Awesome. That was 2 weeks later. We got our stuff on the exact same day.
Yeah.
And I sent Cosmos like rush priority mail. Like it should have only taken like 3 to 5 days, but it took something like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, terrible. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, everyone in the chat. Lone Dragon, Crimson, MC DJ, who are still there, and then everybody that came in earlier. It's always fun to see you guys. Oh, I forgot to do this. Hold on, when we were doing the unboxing. Hold on.
I saw you with the box. What was in the box? What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
No, what's in the box?
All right, I
listen
really
to Morgan Freeman. Damn it!
That's the best thing that I've ever edited. I'm sorry.
What's in Morgan Freeman?
Yeah,
you don't want to know what's in Morgan Freeman.
All right, take care, guys.
God,
have fun, and see you tomorrow on Tales of Teletron.
That's it.
All right, take care.